Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will discuss a simple yet powerful shift that can completely change how women perceive and respond to you. If you've ever felt like your interactions with women aren't going the way you want, whether you're single, dating, or in a long-term relationship, there's a good chance you're making a subtle but critical mistake without even realizing it. The good news? This mistake is easy to fix. And once you do, you'll notice an immediate difference in how women treat you. In this video, we're diving into a game-changing concept called the winner's smile, a small but powerful technique that instantly boosts your confidence and changes the entire energy of your interactions. This isn't about looks, money, or status. It's about something far more influential, the way you carry yourself. Women are incredibly perceptive. They pick up on confidence and certainty in ways most men don't realize. And when you make this a straightforward adjustment, you'll project an effortless sense of assurance that naturally draws women in. So stick around until the end of the video, because this insight could be the missing piece transforming your dating and relationship experiences for good. Let's get started. 1. The common mistake most men make. Most men don't realize they start at a disadvantage the moment they approach a woman. This disadvantage has nothing to do with their appearance, financial status, or social standing. Instead, it stems from the energy they bring into the interaction. Women are highly attuned to nonverbal cues, and before a man even speaks, his demeanor has already sent a message. The mistake is subtle yet powerful. When a man enters a conversation with self-doubt, it manifests in his body language, tone of voice, and even the way he holds eye contact. He might fidget slightly, hesitate before speaking, or overcompensate with forced humor. He may avoid taking up space, lean in too eagerly, or nod excessively in agreement. These signals don't go unnoticed. Women pick up on them instinctively, and something shifts within them. An almost imperceptible withdrawal, a cooling of their initial curiosity. The conversation may continue, but the unspoken spark of attraction begins to fade. This isn't just about first impressions. Even in long-term relationships, this dynamic plays out repeatedly. A husband who second-guesses himself too often, a boyfriend who constantly seeks reassurance, or a man who subtly defers too much to his partner's opinions, will find that her response to him changes. She may still love him, but her admiration softens. She may still enjoy his company, but the excitement and intrigue that once defined their connection starts to wane. Over time, she may begin treating him more like a companion than a romantic partner, shifting into a dynamic where respect and attraction are quietly replaced by comfort and routine. Why does this happen? Women are drawn to certainty. Confidence is not about arrogance, nor is it about trying to impress. The quiet, unshakable belief that a man belongs in his skin. Everything changes when a man carries himself with a relaxed, steady presence, unapologetic yet unforced. Her attention sharpens, her interest deepens, and the connection unfolds naturally. She leans in physically and emotionally, sensing an unspoken strength in him that invites her in. But when a man exudes uncertainty, attraction slips away, often without warning. The shift is subtle at first. She might seem slightly less engaged, less eager to text back, and less enthusiastic in her affection. If the pattern continues, she may start to pull back even further, unsure why she's feeling less drawn to him, but unable to ignore it. This is why confidence is the most powerful trait a man can cultivate. It's not about performing for women or seeking validation. It's about internalizing the belief that he is enough as he is, that his presence carries weight without needing to be justified. When a man walks into an interaction with this mindset, he changes the entire dynamic. Women feel it instantly, responding to his words and the quiet certainty that radiates from within. 2. The simple fix, the winner's smile. Confidence is not about words alone. It's not about using the perfect line or having a rehearsed approach. It's about presence, the subtle cues communicating who a man is before speaking. The way a man carries himself, the way he enters a room, and the energy he projects are far more telling than any conversation starter. Among these nonverbal cues, one small but potent tool separates men who naturally command attention from easily overlooked ones: the winner's smile. This is not the forced, eager grin of a man trying too hard to impress. Nor is it the nervous smile of someone seeking approval. The winner's smile is different. It is quiet confidence. It is the look of a man who is comfortable in his skin, who takes a moment to ground himself before engaging with the world around him. It is subtle, almost imperceptible, yet it holds a power that completely transforms interaction. A woman's ability to read body language is instinctive. Before a man says a single word, she has already observed how he moves, holds himself, and whether his energy feels inviting or uncertain. A man who rushes into an interaction, speaking too fast, fidgeting, or overcompensating with humor, immediately signals nervous energy. And nervous energy, no matter how well-intentioned, creates discomfort. A woman senses it, and, instead of feeling drawn in, she feels pressured to react, ease the tension, and manage the interaction for him. But imagine a different scenario. A man takes a brief second before engaging. He allows himself to exhale, to settle into the moment. He lets a slight smile play at the corners of his mouth, not exaggerated or performed, just a quiet acknowledgement that he is comfortable and belongs in this space. When he speaks, his words are steady, unhurried. There is no tension in his posture, no neediness in his tone, and in that instant she feels the difference. She isn't being asked to approve of him. She isn't being put in the position of deciding his worth. He has already decided it for himself. The contrast between the nervous man and the self-assured man is stark. The first man enters an interaction hoping to be chosen. The second enters as if he has already been selected, because in his mind he has. This shift in mindset is what makes him magnetic. He does not need to prove himself because he already carries the quiet certainty that he is enough. This is why most men fail in their approaches, even when they think they are doing everything right. They focus on what they say rather than how they say it. They believe attraction is built through logic and words, but it is built through energy. Even the most well-crafted conversation opener will fall flat if delivered with nervous tension. But a simple "Hey, how are you?" spoken with relaxed confidence, accompanied by the winner's smile, instantly changes the dynamic. Women are drawn to men who radiate a sense of ease, do not seek external validation, and seem to belong wherever they stand. And the best part? This isn't about playing a role or pretending to be someone else. It's about embodying the reality that a man who is comfortable in his skin naturally attracts attention. The winner's smile isn't for her, it's for him. And that's precisely why it works. 3. Why the winner's smile works so well. There is something undeniably magnetic about a man who exudes quiet confidence, a presence that commands attention without demanding it. One simple yet powerful expression best captures this energy: the winner's smile. It is not the forced grin of someone trying too hard to be liked, nor the smirk of arrogance that pushes people away. Instead, it is the relaxed, knowing smile of a man who carries himself as though he has already won. It is the expression of someone who trusts in his value and does not seek validation from those around him. Women are deeply attuned to the subtle cues of confidence, and the winner's smile is one of the strongest signals a man can send. Unlike loud displays of dominance or exaggerated gestures of charm, this smile operates on a different level. It suggests a man who is comfortable in his skin and genuinely happy with himself and his life, regardless of external circumstances. It is the look of someone who moves through the world purposefully, rather than in desperation. When a woman encounters a man with this kind of energy, it naturally piques her interest, because it starkly contrasts most men who either try too hard or hesitate too much. This type of confidence is effective in nearly every situation. The winner's smile sets a man apart when approaching a new woman, making him instantly more intriguing. It's a subtle but powerful way of signaling that he controls himself and is unafraid of rejection. If he's speaking with a female friend, this confidence can shift the dynamic, causing her to see him in a new light, perhaps even sparking romantic curiosity where there was none before. On a first date, it fosters an immediate sense of ease, making the interaction flow naturally and drawing the woman in without the need for forced charm or rehearsed lines. Even within an existing relationship, this kind of presence reassures a partner, reminding her that she is with a man who is secure in himself and therefore, by extension, someone she can feel safe with. What makes the winner's smile compelling is its impact on others and its internal shift. A man who carries himself this way naturally cultivates a more attractive energy. He appears more charismatic, more self-assured, and ultimately more desirable. Women are drawn to men who create a sense of intrigue, and nothing is more intriguing than someone who does not feel the need to prove himself to anyone. The winner's smile is a small but profound reminder that confidence is not about what you say or do, but how you carry yourself. And in a world where so many men either overcompensate or hesitate, the one who moves through life with quiet certainty will always stand apart. 4. Most men don't realize this secret. Many men believe their struggles with women stem from factors beyond their control. They think they aren't tall, rich, or classically attractive enough to command female attention. They assume that women only go for men with perfect looks, wealth, or social status, and have little to no chance if they lack these qualities. But the truth is far more empowering. Attraction is not a mysterious force dictated by fate or genetics. It is neither random nor exclusively dependent on physical appearance or material success. Instead, it is a psychological and emotional response that can be influenced and shaped through behavior, mindset, and presence. Confidence is the foundation of attraction. A man who carries himself with certainty and purpose automatically stands out. He does not second-guess himself, seek validation, or alter his personality to fit what he assumes women want. His sense of self is unwavering, and that alone makes him magnetic. Women are drawn to men who know who they are and embrace their strengths and flaws without apologizing. The moment a man stops worrying about whether or not he is good enough and starts believing in his worth, he transforms the way women perceive him. Body language is one of the most powerful tools in a man's arsenal. A strong stance, steady eye contact, and measured, deliberate movements communicate dominance, security, and presence. A man who takes up space, speaks with controlled authority, and moves unhurriedly exudes a quiet power that is impossible to ignore. Conversely, a man who fidgets, slouches, or avoids direct eye contact inadvertently signals insecurity, instantly diminishing his presence. Women don't consciously analyze these subtle cues, but they feel them on an instinctive level. They are drawn to the man who appears comfortable in his skin and radiates a quiet certainty that suggests he is worth attention. Attraction is not about perfection, it's about emotional impact. A man who can make a woman feel something, curiosity, excitement, or playful frustration, holds far more power than a man who merely checks off the traditional desirability boxes. The ability to create contrast in conversation, to challenge her rather than mindlessly agree with everything she says, and to introduce an element of unpredictability transforms an ordinary interaction into an unforgettable experience. Women don't fall for men because they are nice or because they always say the right things. They fall for men who engage them on an emotional level and make them feel alive, intrigued, and slightly off balance. Most men make the mistake of trying to win women over by playing it safe. They suppress their true personalities, hesitate to express strong opinions, and avoid any action that could create tension. But tension, when handled correctly, is the very thing that sparks attraction. A man who stands his ground is willing to challenge a woman's ideas and isn't afraid to tease, disagree, or set boundaries, becomes someone worth pursuing. Women respect men who respect themselves, and that respect lays the foundation for attraction. Many men spend their lives searching for external solutions to an internal problem. They chase wealth, status, and superficial markers of success, believing that these things will finally earn them admiration. However, attraction has less to do with what a man has, and more with how he makes a woman feel. It is not about changing who he is to fit an ideal. It is about unlocking the confidence, self-respect, and authenticity that makes him magnetic. The moment a man realizes that he does not need to impress, chase, or convince, but simply exist in his full power, is when women begin to take notice. 5. Real-life success stories and proof. There are countless theories on what makes a man attractive to women, but real-life results are the only accurate measure of success. Time and time again, men who implement specific, well-understood attraction principles experience dramatic transformations in their dating lives. A man who once hesitated to approach women suddenly finds himself confidently engaging in conversations, easily securing phone numbers. Another, who spent months trapped in the friend zone, shifts the dynamic entirely. Within days, he goes from being ignored to sharing a moment of intimacy with the woman who once dismissed him. These are not lucky breaks, but the predictable results of understanding and applying the core principles of attraction. Why do these techniques work so effectively? The answer lies in the psychology of desire. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude confidence, maintain a sense of mystery, and create emotional tension. When a man stops seeking validation and carries himself with calm self-assurance, he instantly becomes more appealing. The moment he learns to be comfortable with silence, to let conversations unfold without desperation, and to subtly challenge rather than blindly agree, the way women perceive him changes. It's not about arrogance or manipulation, it's about understanding how attraction is built. Consider the case of a man who always played it safe, agreeing with everything a woman said, texting her predictably, and avoiding any risk of disagreement. Despite his best efforts, he remained invisible. But everything changed once he embraced a different approach: playful teasing, unpredictability, and a slight air of nonchalance. Suddenly, the women who overlooked him initiated conversations and vied for his attention. This shift is not magic. It's a matter of learning how to present oneself in a way that naturally sparks interest. Men who dedicate themselves to mastering these dynamics don't just see minor improvements. They experience complete reversals in how women respond to them. Some who once struggled with rejection now find themselves pursued. Others who believed they had no chance with high-value women discovered their mindset was the only thing holding them back. The key takeaway? Women are not drawn to desperate effort, but to effortless presence. A man who understands this stops chasing and instead becomes the one being pursued. Those who unlock this knowledge find that attraction is not about tricks or gimmicks. It's about embodying the qualities that women are wired to respond to. The transformation is not just possible, it's inevitable for those willing to change their approach. Attraction isn't a mystery, it's a science, a blend of psychology, body language, and the energy you bring into every interaction. The winner's smile might seem like a small, almost insignificant change, but it can shift the entire dynamic between you and the women you meet. Why? Because women don't just listen to what you say. They feel the confidence, or lack of it, in how you present yourself. Most men struggle not because they aren't attractive, wealthy, or successful enough, but because they unknowingly project insecurity, hesitation, or self-doubt. They approach interactions hoping for approval instead of radiating the quiet, effortless confidence that naturally draws people in. This is why two men with similar physical traits and social status can have vastly different experiences with women. One gets overlooked, while the other is instantly captivated. The winner's smile is not about grinning awkwardly or forcing yourself to appear happy. It's a subtle but powerful way of communicating that you are comfortable in your skin. Deep down, it's the expression of someone who knows he brings value. When you take that brief moment to smile slightly to yourself before engaging, you shift your energy from seeking validation to exuding confidence. And women pick up on this instantly. Think about it. When you see someone who walks into a room with a relaxed, self-assured expression, they immediately stand out. You don't need them to say a word to know they have a presence, a certain magnetism that makes people want to be around them. That's precisely what this technique helps you cultivate. The beauty of this approach is that it works in every situation. Whether you're meeting a woman for the first time, talking to someone you've known for a while, or deepening a relationship with a partner, confidence isn't just about dating, it's about how you carry yourself in every aspect of life. When you consistently project this kind of energy, you'll notice that not only do women treat you differently, but people generally respond to you with more warmth, respect, and curiosity. So now the question is, are you ready to try this yourself? Have you ever noticed how small changes in confidence affect the way women treat you? Maybe you've already experienced moments where your energy shifted, and suddenly the dynamic between you and a woman changed utterly. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights on attraction, self-improvement, and mastering your presence. Every man has the power to transform how the world sees him. It starts with how he sees himself. See you in the next one.